Hey everybody, my name is Lisa and I am the Crafty Goddess. Hello and welcome. As you can hear, my voice is a little messed up. It seems that the cold that I had a couple weeks ago was bad enough that the coughing damaged my vocal cords. So I'm trying to speak as clearly as I can. Hi puppy. My puppy's coming over to say hello. Um, Unfortunately, I had such a bad coughing fit repeatedly, actually, when I was going through my cold about 3 weeks ago. And, oh, sorry. Ah, tragedy falls again. Tragedy strikes again. This always happens, I swear to God. Um, so, yeah, I apparently caused some damage to my vocal cords with my cold because I was just, my throat was okay, actually. It was all my sinus. I did get a bit of a medical checkup recently and there was nothing in my chest, but because, yeah, I damaged my throat a little bit. So if it doesn't clean up, if it doesn't clear up soon enough, I may have to go to an ear, nose, and throat specialist and get things looked at a little bit more seriously. But I wanted to come here. I wanted to check in. I wanted to show off some of my recent WIPs. Well, they're no longer works in progress. They're finished. They're FOs. They're finished objects. So yay for that. I also wanted to give a bit of a health update as well, because as I said, I just went through an appointment with my oncologist for like the 6-month checkup to see how everything's going. That reminds me, actually, I have a mammogram this week. Apparently, I was supposed to get one done back in March and I completely forgot, or I just didn't know. It's when I was working my first clinical placement. So it might have just slipped my mind entirely. Either way, I figured I'd just kind of check in and show off some of the stuff that I finally finished. I don't have any recent yarn hauls as of yet. I'll probably be doing another order with Hirschner soon because their Halloween yarn is out. I've already got most of it anyway, but they've got some other, I think they've got some big twist yarn I really want to play with. And I believe Mary Maxim is doing their tent sale right now. It's happening until the Monday of Labor Day weekend. I'm going with my bestie and my sister sometime this weekend, so I'll have a yarn haul from that. As I said before, I want to film on location and stuff, but I'm a little, I respect people's privacy. Like when people go yarn shopping, they don't want to be videotaped or whatever. Like, yes, like with this age of like yarn hauls and excursions to stores and whatnot, sometimes people might be filming. I'm okay with it, but just in case anybody around me doesn't, consent to being filmed or whatever. Like, I'm sure there's a way you can film around that, but just, I don't know, I'm a little, I'm a little self-conscious about that sort of thing. So I just, yeah. Anyway, so I recently finished some shawls that I wanted to show off that I didn't think I would be able to finish. Well, shouldn't say I wouldn't be able to finish. The first one that I finished, as you see in the thumbnail, is the virus shawl. I'm just gonna hold it up here like so. This took a bit of time. Once I got used to the pattern, it was a no-brainer for me. I tried following other, like just visually following other people's tutorials and whatnot. The easiest one I could follow that worked wonderfully, that I found the best, that worked for me personally, is one by a YouTube video, our channel here called the Snugglery. She puts up different knitting and crochet tutorials. She also has some instructional videos. And this one, I think the video to do the virus shawl, hers was, I believe, maybe 17 minutes in length, which was fine. I'm all for like multi-part tutorials and whatnot, but she really got to the nitty-gritty of it for me. She walks you through it. She takes you through the setup rows, and then she explains it as like a 4-row repeat. Even my own sister was trying to explain to me that it's a 4-row repeat, and I didn't quite catch on until I started following along with the tutorial. And yeah, it's wonderful. Now this I made from 2 skeins of shawl in a ball from Lion Brand, which unfortunately no longer exists, which really sucks. I've got a bunch of Lion Brand shawl in a ball in my stash, and right now I'm kind of torn between, do I want to use it for projects or do I want to hang on to it for just a little bit longer, because once I use it up, it's gone and I don't have it anymore. So I'm kind of torn with that. But this took, like, this thing is huge. I would say lengthwise, it's just about 6 feet, if not longer. Well, just over 5 feet. I'm going to say 5.5 feet. And the width, I'd say, is about 36 inches. This was made from 2 skeins. Now, you can make a shawl, like a virus shawl, from 1 skein of shawl in a ball, and it makes a pretty decent shawl. But I'm a big girl. I love my big drapey Stevie Nicks shawls, and my sister even recommended that I attach the 2nd skein. So yeah, this was the 2 skeins of shawl in a ball, and the colorway is called Namaste Neutral, which is just, I'm not a brown girl at all. Maybe it's just like the gold metallic thread that runs through it that just makes it look so pretty. It's perfect for fall. It's got the most gorgeous fall colors in here. I showed this to my bestie and she fell in love with it, but she's also kind of a neutral gal herself, so that totally works out fine. Yeah, I'm very sad that shawl in the ball no longer exists. So yeah, I'm in that dilemma of, do I use it or do I keep it? Do I hoard it and have it keep taking up space, or do I use it and like to make garments to sell off or maybe make for myself, whatever. It was one of my favorite yarns. I knew it like the back of my hand, so I'm a little upset about that. I also finished this shawl. It's just basically a simple, not quite a repeat. I mean, obviously it's a knitted shawl, so the one side's knitted, the other side is purled. This was from a shawl pattern. I was kind of inspired by it. I believe it's called Be Simple by Laura Chow. Laura Chow is an amazing knit pattern, like knit designer. I've got a few of her knit shawl patterns on hand. She's wonderful. The Be Simple shawl is, I believe, a free pattern. You can get it through Ravelry. I will drop links down below, by the way, if anybody's interested in any of these patterns. I just realized now that the virus shawl is the only crochet shawl in this collection that I just made. But yeah, this is just, I kind of started off like, you sort of do like a back and forth, like do a certain number of rows. I guess it's kind of like a 4-section repeat, where you do like a couple of rows knit, a couple of rows like garter stitch, I should say, where you knit every row, and then a few rows stockinette stitch where you knit one side, purl the other side, back and forth. I basically just took an idea where I started with 4 rows of garter stitch where I just knit every row, and then 2 rows of stockinette stitch where I knit and alternated knit and purl. Then I did 1 row knit, 1 row purl, and then 2 rows stockinette. I know this sounds a little confusing, but I was alternating between garter stitch and stockinette stitch, and I was switching up the number of rows in between each, so it looks like, the sections get a little bigger. It shows a bit more definition with this. And then I've got the center spine. I love doing the center spine with the yarn overs on each side. Who's yelling? Are you yelling? Oh, you're scratching. Okay, sorry, it was just my cat being a little noisy. So, but the Be Simple pattern, she even suggests like there are different variations on like which sections to how many rows for garter and stockinette, whatnot. And this yarn I used is from Hobie. It's Twister, and it's in the colorway called Jungle. And this took for freaking ever, because I believe the suggested needle sizes for Twister is 3.5, but I used 4.5 because I like to play by my own rules sometimes and march to the beat of my own drum. And as you can tell, it's a pretty big shawl. I can't get the whole thing in here, but the lengthwise is, I'm going to say, well over 6 feet. It's huge. It's like a blanket. The width is about 3.5 feet. And this is just from 1 cake of Twister. And it's 100% cotton. I love it. I love the color gradation. It really, like this, the Be Simple pattern really shows off the color gradation so nicely. I really like it. And yes, I'm going to be selling these shawls at, excuse me, upcoming markets and whatnot. Actually, the next event I'll be doing is a Renaissance themed night market here in Guelph on, I want to say September the 11th. Yeah, that's a Thursday, so September the 11th. And it's going to be a lot of fun. It's a nice localized neighborhood group that does it. There are vendors that come in and do like pottery and upcycling. There's a couple of crochet people, but they make like these works of art. It's just absolutely amazing. I don't think my sister's gonna be doing it with me. I think I'll go. I make like a ton of jewelry. I got a bunch of knit stuff that I should probably sell off. I want to kind of thin down my jewelry collection actually. So I'll be doing that, but yeah, I'll be selling those there for sure. And then the last finished object I want to show off is this shawl here. She's another long one. I can't get it totally in the picture. This knit pattern is called Fleming Bluff. I cannot remember the life of me what the knitting pattern designer's name is. Taga something. I'll put that information down here. But anyway, it's a 4-row repeat knit pattern with sections of garter sections on either side. And then the middle part here where you see the eyelets, it's a stockinette. So it's like you knit up to a certain point and then do the yarn overs, etc. And it's absolutely gorgeous. And the yarn I used for this is the, oh my god, oh my brain. It's the Premier Hipster Cotton, and the colorway I believe is called Poolside Party. I will add in the comments if I'm wrong. So this is also 100% cotton shawl. I've been doing cotton shawls, which are perfect for summer, just in case you need that extra layer. The nights are starting to get cooler here because we are starting to wind down with summer here in the Northern Hemisphere. So sometimes you need that extra layer. This is absolutely beautiful. I'll just show it here. So the colorway is so cute. I love it. I was afraid when I started using this, like the hipster cotton doesn't feel like a dishcloth cotton at all. It doesn't feel like the handicrafted cotton or peaches and cream. It's much softer, but I was afraid that it would still have that same look, and it doesn't. It looks like something you can just kind of throw around you on your way to the beach or like, you know, a nice summer party or something. So yeah, like I said, the pattern for this, the name of the pattern is Fleming Bluff. This took 3 skeins of the hipster cotton because I wanted it to be nice and long. I mean, you can wear it as a kerchief, like just wrap it around your neck like this, or you can wear it as a shawl around your shoulders, whichever. I would say lengthwise, this turned out to be roughly 5 feet in length, and then widthwise about 24 inches. So that is that. I've also been busy making a bunch of like jewelry, a bunch of different jewelry pieces, some little knitted accessories like wrist warmers and whatnot. But I know a lot of folks love shawls, and they love their shawls, and they love showing off shawls, and they love watching people show off shawls. So I thought I'd show off 3 works that I've finally finished. Thank heavens. Now I can move on to other stuff. Now I've got a severe case of shawl startitis, like what I want to do. I started making one last night. I think I want to move on to a granny square or a granny stitch shawl. Excuse me. Pardon me. I think I might follow Fiber Spider's pattern for that. It's like the typical like triangle granny shawl, which is just, he makes things super easy with his patterns too. I stick with those. I'll be sticking with his granny shawl pattern for sure. So that's it for that. And also just to give a quick health update, because so many of you, for those of you who knew, by the way, I just kind of jumped in without even saying this. If you're new, hi, welcome. Thanks for coming by and stopping by and checking my channel out. I'm glad to see you. Feel free to stick around for a bit. If this interests you at all, like, please feel free, hit subscribe, click the like and whatnot. I'll go through this later anyway, but I'm just kind of jumping around today, so my apologies. If you're new here, 2 years ago, I got diagnosed with early stage 1 breast cancer, which came through it. Everything's, I did the treatments, I did the chemo and surgery and radiation, and it left me pretty wiped out, but I'm still here. The breast cancer is gone. It's done. I just past a year of being in remission, which I'm so grateful for. I just celebrated my first year anniversary of being in remission back in May. But because mine was aggressive, my diagnosis, I am HER2 positive. HER2 stands for human epidermal growth receptor, sorry. Basically, it means whatever cancer cells show up in my body, they're going to grow and multiply even faster. Like cancer cells, they grow and multiply faster than normal cells anyway. But if you test HER2 positive, that means that the cancer cells grow even faster and the cancer is even more aggressive. So as a precaution, I have to go through checkups and whatnot once every 6 months, at least for the next couple of years, to keep an eye on everything and make sure everything is on the up and up. I just did my 6-month checkup. Day is it today? Wednesday. Sorry, today is Wednesday, August 27th. I did my checkup on Monday, which was August 25th. I got the once over by my oncologist, a couple of nurses, and a new physician, whatnot. She said everything looks, feels, and sounds okay. I was concerned about the cold and the throat and everything. She said, like when she did the checkup, she checks my lungs and my organs and everything. She said my lungs sounded okay. Obviously, my voice doesn't sound okay. But she said it's probably complications of the post-nasal drip, which is driving me bloody crazy. Whatever. It's been 3 weeks, but I'm done. But she said between that and my vocal cords being damaged because of all the coughing and hacking and sputtering, if it doesn't improve within the next week or so, get my hindquarters to an ear, nose, and throat specialist so that they can maybe take a scope and see what's going on. But yeah, I was given a clean bill of health from my oncologist. Everything still looks great. She said if at this point cancer does come back, because now that our life expectancy is improving and we're living longer, there's a chance that I could develop a secondary cancer along the way. Yay. But she said if cancer does come back at all, it won't be anywhere here in the area where it was first detected in my right breast. It is gone. It is done. It is now history. But like I said, they want to keep an eye on things, which is why I'm going to a mammogram tomorrow just to see how everything's looking up. But in her eyes, I'm doing pretty damn good so far. And as I said, I am just unbelievably grateful, like, to still be here and, be that pain in the butt to people. Get your bodies checked. I don't care, how you were born or what equipment you have or how you identify now. Just if anything looks or feels weird, get your ass to a doctor. That's all I can say, because it's a cliche, but it's true. Early detection saves lives. And I am living proof of that, so yay. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up for now because I'm sure a few of you are probably yelling, save your voice, stop talking, you sound terrible. And I do, I sound awful. But I just wanted to come in, show off some of my projects, and let you folks know that everything is going pretty okay so far. Yeah, I'm working as a PSW now. Oh, there goes a bead. I'll find that later when I sweep the floor. Yeah, go find it. Go find it, kitty. I'm on what's called a casual schedule as a PSW, which basically means I hand them my schedule of availability and they work around that, call me in when they need me, which blows my blue collar factory worker brain straight to hell. I had to actually say, hang on a second. I let you know what my schedule is, and then you work around that. It's just, oh my God. It was pretty awesome to hear that. But, I'm just grateful that I can do that. It's a much more relaxed schedule than what I'm used to working in factories for as long as I was. But, I'm still waiting for a phone call for this week. It would be nice to get called in, but it's been wonderful. It feels like I'm really giving back and being, part of helping people's lives improve or at least stabilize, because I'm working in long-term care, and there's a lot of people who can't do things that some of us who are able-bodied can still do for ourselves. And just being able to make someone's life a little bit easier, put a smile on someone's face for a while, just makes it all worth it. Absolutely. So yeah, in a nutshell, there's my life. Anyway, as I said, I'm probably going to end it here. I got some other cool projects to work on. yeah, that's it for now. If you like what you saw, please give this video a thumbs up. I really appreciate any and all positive feedback. Should also probably say I welcome any donations of any throat lozenges. Send that Ricola and Fisherman's Friend my way, please. If you haven't done so already, please go down here, click the subscribe button. Also hit the notification bell. It'll let you know when I post new videos. And feel free to drop in the comments if you are working on anything right now, if there's any projects that you've recently wrapped up. What have you been busying yourselves with? How are things with you? Like, you know, is everything okay in your corner of the universe? You know, let's check in together and see how everybody's doing. Anyway, that's it for now. Thank you so much. Stay safe. Keep making cool stuff. And I will talk to you folks later. All right. Thanks. Take care. Bye.